Today we will discuss Union Budget 2021-22. The caption is Union Budget 21-22, a direction towards growth with special emphasis on capital, infrastructure and auto sector. Let us give an overview to you. The Union Budget 21-22 was tabled, as you all know, in the backdrop of economic crisis due to the pandemic, which resulted in shrinkage in GDP growth of India as well as the whole of developed countries. However, after the lockdown, the economy is slowly bouncing back towards normalcy. We have all seen this. Slowly everything is taking place in a normal mode. From the graphical representation given in the next slide, the recovery growth rate of Indian economy vis-a-vis the world economy is clearly visible. It is known as V-shaped recovery. Here, GDP growth rate has been shown for India, world, Euro area, world without India and China and America. In the graphical representation, it can be observed that in the year 2020, that is the one in 100 years pandemic year, the GDP growth became negative for all the countries, including India. But India made a perfect V-shaped recovery and became the topper of all. To enhance the growth of economy, keeping in line with government's vision to achieve a $5 trillion economy, allocation of fund for capital and infrastructural expenditure has been prioritized in the Union Budget, and it has been also planned that how to finance the expenditure. The next two slides depicts the government's proposal to inflow and outflow of funds, considering the various proposals as stated in the budget speech of the Honorable Finance Minister. See, rupees comes in. It means that how we can fund the expenditure. The expenditure money would come from new debt capital 5%, income tax 14%, excise duty 8%, corporation tax 13%, GST 15%, custom 3%, non-tax revenue 6%, and borrowing is 6%. Now we are showing what percentage of in various areas rupees going out. It is 14% on central subsidy sector scheme, 10% of finance commission and other transfers, 16% in state share of taxes and duties, interest payment 20%, defense 8%, subsidies 8%, centrally sponsored scheme 9%, pension 5%, other expenses 10%. Now, this is fiscal position with respect to capital expenditure. In this graph, it is shown that how capital expenditure in budget has increased from 2014-15 to 19-20. Over a period of 5 years, the capital expenditure had been increased by 70%. But if we consider increase in budgeted expenditure in 21-22 in comparison to 2019-20, it is a rise of 65% over a 2 years period. It is absolutely required to boost the economy. Fiscal deficit. What is the fiscal deficit has come to? The fiscal deficit in RE 2021 is pegged at 9.5% of GDP due to this year's unprecedented circumstances, and it has been funded through government borrowings, multilateral borrowings, small saving fund, and short-term borrowings against mandated fiscal deficit of 3% of GDP as per FRBM Act. The fiscal deficit in BE 2021-22 is estimated to be 6.8% of GDP. The government plans to continue the path of fiscal consolidation and intends to reach a fiscal deficit level below 4.5% of GDP by 2025-26, with a fairly steady decline of shortfall over the period. The next slide depicts the fiscal deficit over 7 years horizon starting from 2014-15. Just see, fiscal deficit as a percentage of GDP rose to 9.5% in RE 2021 from 4.6% in 2019-20 due to depressed economy in pandemic. Now in budget 21-22, the shortfall has come down to 6.8% of GDP as planned. Infrastructure. The National Infrastructure Pipeline, NIP, which is Finance Minister announced in December 2019, is the first of its kind within whole of government exercise ever undertaken. The NIP was launched with 6835 projects. The project pipeline has now expanded to 7400 projects. Around 217 projects worth rupees 1.10 lakh crore under some key infrastructure ministries have been completed. Now, infrastructure financing, development financing institution, that is DFI, Srimati Sitharaman said that infrastructure needs long-term debt financing. A professionally managed development financial institute is necessary to act as a provider, enabler, and catalyst for infrastructure financing. Accordingly, a bill to set up a DFI will be introduced. The government has provided a sum of rupees 20,000 crore to capitalize this institution, and the ambition to have a lending portfolio at least rupees 5 lakh crore for this DFI in 3 years' time. PLI launched to create PLI actually means Production Linked Incentive Scheme, which is launched to create manufacturing global champions across 13 sectors with amount committed nearly 1.97 crores rupees in next 5 years starting from financial year 21-22. In the pie chart, out of the total 7400 projects under NIP, energy hold 24%, road 18%, urban 17%, railway 12%, and other project 29%. In the right-hand side chart, gross value added has been shown from 2014-15 to 2021. The green part of the bottom shows the value added from agriculture, forestry, and fishing. Middle part, that is yellow band, is industry, and the top violet part is value added from service. Mitra, that is Mega Investment Textile Park scheme, is to create world-class in infrastructure for global champions in textile sector, leading to creation of 7 textile parks over 3 years. Now, National Rail Plan aims at developing adequate rail infrastructure by 2030 to cater to the projected traffic requirement up to 2050. The objective is to increase the modal share of rail in freight from the current level of 27% to 45%, 100% electrification of broad gauge routes by 2023. Indigenously developed automatic train protection system to be launched. Power infrastructure. 139 GW of installed capacity was added during 6 years, connecting additional 2.8 crores households with additional of 1.41 lakh circuit kilometer of transmission lines. Revamped reforms-based result-linked power distribution sector scheme will be launched with an outlay of 5,984 crores over 5 years. Hydrogen energy mission will be launched. Urban development. What is the plan? Jal Jeevan Mission for universal water supply in the ULB. ULB means urban local bodies. Urban Swachh Bharat mission with outlay of 1,41,678 crore over 5 years. Rupees 2217 crore for 42 urban centers to tackle air pollution. Voluntary vehicle scrapping policy is also there. Urban development. Innovative PPP models to augment public bus transport. Metrolite and Metro Neo for Tier 2 and peripherals for Tier 1 cities. Port shipping waterways. Major port will be moving from managing their operational services on their own to a model where a private partner will manage it for them. For the purpose, the budget proposes to offer more than rupees 2,000 crore by major ports on public-private partnership mode in financial year 21-22. A scheme to promote flagging of merchant ships in India will be launched by providing subsidy support to Indian shipping companies in global tenders floated by ministers and CPSEs. An amount of rupees 1624 crore will be provided over 5 years. The initiative will enable greater training and employment opportunities for Indian seafarers, besides enhancing Indian companies' share in global shipping. Health and well-being. There is substantial increase in investment in health infrastructure, and the budget outlay for health and well-being is rupees 2,23,846 crore in BE 21-22, as against this year's BE of rupees 94,450 crore. There is an increase of 137%. Provision of 35,000 crore made for COVID-19 vaccine in BE 21-22. The pneumococcal vaccine, a made in India product, presently limited to only 5 states, will be rolled out across the country, aimed at averting 50,000 child deaths annually. To strengthen nutritional content, delivery, outreach and outcome, the government will merge the supplementary nutrition program and the Poshan Abhiyan and launch the Mission Poshan 2.0. The government will adopt an intensified strategy to improve nutritional outcomes across 112 aspirational districts. Just it is a diagrammatical representation that in 21-22 BE it is 2,23,846 crores against 2021 BE 94,452. Inclusive development of aspirational India. Under the pillar of inclusive development for aspirational India, the finance minister announced to cover agriculture and allied sectors, farmers, welfare and rural India migrant workers and laborers and financial inclusion. There is a proposal to provide rupees 1,000 crore for the welfare of tea workers, especially women and their children in Assam and West Bengal. A special scheme will be devised for the same. Financial inclusion. To further facilitate credit flow under the scheme of Stand Up India for SCs, STs and women, the Finance Minister proposed to reduce the margin money requirement from 25% to 15% and to also include loans for activities allied to agriculture. Moreover, a number of steps were taken to support the MSME sector, and in this budget, government has provided rupees 15,700 crore to this sector, more than double of this year's being. Petroleum and natural gas. Srimati Sitharaman said that the government has kept fuel supplies running across the country without interruption during COVID-19 lockdown period. Taking note of the crucial nature of this sector in people's life, the following key initiatives are being announced. Ujala scheme, which has benefited 8 crore households, will be extended to cover 1 crore more beneficiaries. Government will add 100 more districts in next 3 years to the city gas distribution network. A gas pipeline project will be taken up in Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. An independent gas transport system operator will be set up for facilitation and coordination of booking of common carriers capacity in all natural gas pipelines on a non-discriminatory open access basis. Now, what we actually get from this budget, that is conclusion. From the given presentation, it is evident that the Honorable Finance Minister has formulated an expenditure budget with a focus to revive the economy. It is not only bold, but offers a direction for growth and also a strong intent for reforms. Despite being a tough year, the budget avoided populism. Rather, it focused on growth, which will benefit the Aam Aadmi in the long term. Quite truly, the Indian stock market cheered this growth-focused budget, which addressed a number of concerns to stimulate growth and put the economy back on a roll. Thank you.